I tell you, I've got some exciting news. We have in High Street, Kensington, we have for 10 days only. We have what? The Lagos edit, and you guys are going to love the extraordinary fashion, music, drinks, and light snacks. You are going to enjoy what? Fashion from Lagos, Nigeria. 2 fashion designers, darlings, that you have to keep your eyes peeled for are our wonderful Needlepoint. I love her clothes. I love her clothes. And we have the wonderful Oyato. Oyato is a wonderful fashion house that is actually a mother and daughter. Baby, the clothes are fire. The event, the big fabulous event, exclusive private preview and launch reception. Oh my God, it's so exciting. On the 26th, which is Friday, darlings, be there or be square because you will miss it. Absolutely fabulous. It is in Kensington High Street, above the central of London. The most beautiful store ever. Darling, show up, and when you get there, let them know that you are Fumi Nation. I'm going to post it up here plus the address, and please, my darlings, show up and be fabulous. The exclusive of the exclusive. And might I say thank you to Oyato for coming all the way to London from Nigeria, as well as Needlepoint. Guys, this is a gift wrapped for you. Don't miss it. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we, my darlings? So, today's episode is about a woman who decided to propose to her beau. And this is how it played out. Okay, so let's take a listen, and then from there we shall have a little chat.
Cedric, I know we haven't been knowing each other that long, and I know that you really said you really didn't really want to be in a real relationship, but I feel as if my connection with you has been genuine, and I just feel like I want to ask you a question. It's not normal that a woman comes to a man to propose, but I just feel as if you're my guy, and I know it. So I just want to ask you, would you marry me, Cedric?
You're a good woman. You're a good person, and I know your family and everything here, and I know how much you care for me. I know how much you feel. I know what you feel about me. But I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So remember, about a day or two ago, I did an episode where there was a young woman who proposed to her husband. She bought the wedding rings, she bought his suit, she bought the dress. She was earning a fantastic salary. They had 2 children together, and she bought the house. She had all of the responsibilities, and still it didn't work out. It did not work out. She was waking up at night to put the babies back to bed. She was overloaded. And here we have a woman proposing to a man again in this dynamic where she has her children lined up, of which I don't think was a good idea. You shouldn't have had your children there because it was extra humiliating for you, embarrassing for them. You should never have to propose to a man. You will never know how much he wants you if you do all of the proposing, if you do all of the running, if you do all of the chasing. Men are hunters. Men are what? Men are hunters. You have to stay in your feminine energy, because men and women, we have different roles to play in life, in relationships, for sure in marriages. That's why we are able to give birth and they cannot. We have our roles to play. And so I have not seen that many. Mind you, that there is always an exception to the rule. There are women that have proposed to their men and they've gone on to have wonderful marriages. But in the grand scheme of things, would I advise that today for our beautiful Fumination girlies out here that are being Fuminized? I absolutely would not. You need to get the proposal. You need to have the ring. You need to know what he's coming to add to your life. Because being married, you're going to become one. You're going to have children, or you might bring children into the relationship. That's a responsibility that Cedric said, Mama, you're coming in here with the walker. That alone is not something I want to try and do. I also will not give Cedric a free pass, because you definitely have been out here really working up this woman's emotions to the point that she thought that you were the one. Who's to say she has not had a relationship for a very long time? And then Cedric now took full opportunity to eat at her place, to come play with her children, have somewhere to sleep, have somewhere to have cookies, watch his football, be somewhere at Christmas. He might have probably used all of the gifts that she was willing to throw at him because she was desperate. Desperate for what? Desperate for a partner. Desperate for a man. And she has gone overboard. For the mere fact that she's talking about, let me propose to you. You already know that she's giving him money. You already know that she's bought him gifts. You already know that she's taking him out for lunch, for dinner, holidays, vacations. And the children have looked and said, Mama, this ain't gonna go well. But you know what? I guess you have to know, because we've been trying to tell you, but you will not listen. As she strolled in, I already knew Cedric wasn't feeling it. I already knew Cedric was like, baby, please, 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 I beg you, I beg you, I beg you, please, 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 don't propose, because I don't want it. His shoulders all jumped up, the neck sank in, and he wanted to be anywhere else but right there. And he was compassionate, because he said, I can't. I'm so sorry. And she looked as if she was a fish. She was a fish that had been brought out of water because she could not breathe. She couldn't breathe. And she said to herself, oh wow, oh wow. It felt like a hot slap across the face. But some women, this is the reality check that you need, because you refuse to ignore all of the signs. Because men are to play their roles. They are to provide for you. They are to take care of you and the children. They are to be there for you. They need to chase, run after you. You cannot propose to a man, because you will never know the depths of the love that he was supposed to have for you. You'll never know. And a lot of men that said, yeah, okay, no problem. They didn't love you. They just went for the ride. I find that we women have gone through some things. Either our fathers were absent, or we had fathers that were not present, or we had fathers that did not show us love, could not show love, because they had their issues. And so it is a generational stepping stone to where you now carry that baggage and you bleed now into your own. The right man in your life is extremely important for every other aspect of your life going forward. He has to propose because he's showing you and he's promising you what he's prepared to do going forward in your life. And you can sit and you can check all of the boxes. What about for finances? He has to come with finances. He has to come with a ring. Apart from the ring, we've got bills to pay out here. You also want to know about his savings. You also want to know, how does he manage money? Is he somebody that drinks? Who were his past girlfriends? How did he treat the past girlfriends? What are his aspirations? What does he want to become? How many children does he want to have? What kind of childhood did he have? What kind of trauma is he carrying? Has he healed? Has he had therapy? Does he need therapy? What kind of a husband will he be? Will he bring the baggage into the marriage? Let me tell you a little story before I go. I was living in California. I put myself out into the dating pool. And when I tell you dating pool, I did everything. Online dating, group dating, what do they call this? Fast track dating, where you come and you sit for 5-10 minutes and you talk, you introduce yourself. I did all of that. Wait, hold on. Let me get my beauty blender. I did all of that. And there was a guy that I liked. And I thought, ooh, yes. And so he was to take me out for dinner. He had said, would take me out for dinner. We had exchanged numbers and he was funny. He was da-da-da-da and everything. And there was a little red flag. I could see that he was a little bit too full of himself. But I was a bit desperate. So I didn't want to focus on that red flag. But it was a red flag. On the day, he had called me and said that he was around, he was doing this or whatever, and I'll see you at 7 p.m. So I arranged my day. I did everything that I had to do. I washed my hair, got my nails done. I had cleaned the house and everything. I had done my laundry, just errands and stuff, because I really just wanted from that 5 p.m. to go and have a bath, do my hair, do my makeup. I had a beautiful dress ready to go off of Sunset Boulevard. Fabulous restaurant with a pool and everything. I really wanted to go. When I tell you, I was looking forward to being there. 6:30 came. So when I tell you, I literally had my heels on and I was just sitting and waiting, made up to the nines. 6:45, 6:55, 7 p.m., 7:05, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock. I said, is he going to stand me up? I was already sad and I began to self-hate. Fumi, because you're not good enough. Because Fumi, you talk too much. Because Fumi, you got too much makeup on. Fumi, because you're too old. Fumi, maybe he didn't like, maybe you read too much into it. But what did you think, that he's going to date you? Please. Yes. He finally called me at around 9:15. The old me would have said, oh my God, he came. So I should be grateful. I should be grateful. He came. Let me go. And I really want to go to this place. But I said no. I said, you're late. And the way you called me early on today is the way you should have called me to say you were running late. It's not that you came late. It's that you did not find it important enough to let me know. So you let me sit here for 2 hours, 15 minutes. That's no regard and no respect for me or my time. But for sure, no respect for me, because you, being full of yourself, thought that she would be waiting for you, of which I did. But now I'm going to bed. When I tell you that he was shocked, I was shocked that he was shocked, because I was like, And I realized for me boundaries, for me self-love, for me self-respect. But I got undressed and I went to bed. The following morning, I was super proud of myself, because these were boundaries. These were boundaries. This was self-love. This was self-respect. because you need at all times to protect who you are. Nobody will protect you the way you will protect yourself, because nobody knows you like you know yourself. So you have to put things in place even when you don't like them. Because you see, once you step out of that protected guard called boundaries, you're vulnerable to sharks such as this. And you make mistakes and you don't see, and you think, okay, let me step out of this protection guard, ask him to marry me. What kind of marriage do you think Cedric would have offered this woman? Not much of a marriage. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love. On the 27th of this month, June, I get an opportunity to meet Fumi Nation. Darling, House of ENITAN is having the most fabulous fashion event at her wonderful flagship store. And I am going to be a special guest. And we're going to have a sit-down Q&A about fashion, about life, about womanhood. And darlings, I am inviting you for free. All of the information is here. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. All you have to do is register. You can start showing up at 10 in the morning for all of the fabulous shopping, and also shoppers and fashionistas and beauty enthusiasts. And then we're going to have our fabulous Q&A at 3 p.m. Darlings, do not miss it. I cannot wait to meet all of you so that we can have pictures together. We can catch up together. I cannot wait. It's going to be a fabulous event. And darlings, you're invited. All you have to do is what? All you have to do is register. I cannot wait to see you. I am so excited. I mean, talk about keeping it in the family. For those of you that don't know, I was a beauty queen. Yes, I was Miss West Africa 1990. Yes, decades ago. And then it's come back full circle with my beautiful niece Farah, who is competing to be Miss Alberta. I want you guys to sponsor, to support her. She has a wonderful support page. Please go right ahead and support her. Please, please, please. She is absolutely beautiful and amazing. I remember when Farah was born, and to see her now walking on stage and winning all of these beauty competitions just warms my heart. So I want to use my platform to spread the word out there. Please support my wonderful niece Farah and just click onto the link and give her all the support that you can. I will deeply, deeply, deeply I will deeply appreciate it. And Farah, congratulations. Congratulations. Well, you know you're my daughter anyway, because I don't have daughters. So you are my daughter. It doesn't matter who birthed you. You're my daughter. And I am so, so proud of you. Fumi Nation, this is the first. Yes, my darlings. The next generation doing wonderful and amazing things. And for Farah to walk out on these platforms and really follow in my steps, in my footsteps, I am absolutely speechless. And I want you to support her. Okay? All of my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything. I love you guys. Mwah.
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking